At the foot of the stairs, blink twice and there's nobody there. Toss and turn but you never get sleep. Eyes fixed on a picture of me. Compliments, compliments. At the foot of the stairs, blink twice and there's nobody there. Saw you toss but you'd never get sleep. Eyes fixed on a picture of me.
All right, welcome to another episode of Puny Couch. Today's episode is with TV Dog from Toronto. Thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you for having us.
So we'll start by taking it to the beginning. How you guys formed? How did TV Dog form?
Connor and I met through mutual friends in London back in 2018, and I had recorded a demo called Peggy's Ballad, inspired by King of the Hill. And my friend passed it on to Connor, and he heard it, and that's sort of where it began. We started working together, starting by recording that song, and then, yeah. Did you add something to that before?
No, we never actually ended up putting that song out, but that is correct.
Yeah,
I believe.
Still on the docket, right? And still
one day it'll be the
list
last
of priorities.
What about your name, TV Dog? That sounds interesting.
Yeah,
there's got to be a story there.
It's just silly. Any name is like, it's always hard to pick a name. But when I was a kid, we had an Australian Shepherd named Dave, and he would always bark if there was dogs on the TV, and we like taught him a command, TV Dog, and then he would understand sort of that he needed to stop barking because it was not a threat.
Okay.
And anyways, we just stuck with that. You know?
Nice.
We had a few names before.
We had some terrible names before that. So
it's tough getting band names.
It was the best one of a bad lot.
Yeah, right on. Well, something for us when we look into you guys that really jumps out is the albums you guys put out. And we were talking that it's pretty rare that you see local bands and bands nowadays that are putting full-length LPs out, which is pretty impressive. We know you guys have an album coming out called Building Fences, so we just want to hear what to expect, or if you guys anything want to say to the people before they give it a spin.
Sure. Well, I mean, for one, it's the first TV Dog record that we have Warren over here playing on. He dubbed some guitar parts and vocals in it. Also, we have some new songwriters on the album as well. Malcolm wrote a song, and Nate, who can't join us today, he wrote a song for it that we're really excited about. And besides that, we did a little bit of different techniques, live off the floor, vocals and guitars recorded at the same time for certain songs to get that organic kind of feel. Is there anything else, Connor, you could think of?
No, that sounds right. It's our longest album.
Nice.
That's
how long?
37 minutes and I think 48 seconds.
I don't know exactly. 14 songs or something.
Yeah, it's close. So over 40 minutes.
Nice.
I think.
Nice.
It started as an EP,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
we kept adding songs.
speaking of EPs, you got Taster Pack 1, Taster Pack 2. It looked like you dropped Taster Pack 1, and then your Circus Rehearsal came out right after that. And then it looks like you got Taster Pack 2, and now you got a new album come out. So I'm just curious, are those songs that just didn't make the album, or how is the process like for your EPs? Are you just spitting out songs that you just want to get them recorded, or?
Yeah,
How's that
sort
look?
of. We've always sort of had like a lot of material written at a given time, and that's something I think we've been lucky because a lot of bands are trying to write material for a new album. But Brock and I, before we met each other, and in the meantime, I've just written a lot of sort of stuff. So taster packs are like our little opportunity to sort of get some extra material out, and it doesn't have to really be congruent like a LP. It could be kind of all over the place, but it's better than it just sitting on a hard drive. And we're usually pretty proud of the material, just don't have a home for it.
So there's no thought of that stuff making the album. It's just we want to just get it
its own
out.
thing.
Yeah, sort of. It's just
It's like a clean slate in a way. The chronology is a little misleading because Taster Pack was actually released in 2019,
Oh,
and it was under a different name when we first put it out, and it kind of went under the radar. Our first official LP as TV Dog was Saturated Icons from 2020, but we eventually converted it, like the first Taster Pack, to be by TV Dog, but it just shows up as 2022 or whenever it is.
yeah, that's what it comes up as.
Yeah, exactly. So, the first thing we ever released as TV Dog was Saturated Icons, and then it was Circus Rehearsal, and
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where do you guys do all your recording?
we record at my dad's a musician as well, and we have a studio and sort of rehearsal space out on our home farm. We have a farm out kind of near London, so we've recorded everything there. We've outsourced the mixing and mastering for some of our stuff because I can only get so far with some of that stuff, but we've recorded everything at home.
Nice. Well, with that many like releases, the 3 albums and a lot of EPs, what's like one thing you think you've learned over time with recording in general?
I think something that comes to mind is there really is no rush, and it would seem like there is. We have been rushing because we have a lot of albums out in a short period of time, but generally we'll play something for a while. Maybe it takes on a new life, and it's sort of worth really fleshing it out before you hit the track in some circumstances, and then in others it's like maybe you just kind of come in and catch lightning in a bottle. So it's for me, it's sort of to be judicious with what you've got, and not just necessarily take everything as the take. Sometimes you gotta go back and scratch something, and anytime we've ever sort of rushed anything, we end up regretting it. So I think that's sort of the lesson.
And I'll add to that by saying, over the years, I've learned there really isn't a set template for recording a song, because as Connor said, sometimes it is lightning in a bottle. You come in and you lay everything down in a matter of 4 hours, and you're really happy with what you do. And other times you work for 8 hours and you come out of it unsure, and then a week later you're like, oh, it was good. So it's
Kind of like that demo effect where sometimes like the first take is just the best, or you try to replicate that, and it
Could
never
never do it.
happens.
exactly.
What did you guys say the date that you guys are dropping your album? I think I missed it.
We don't have a set date. We're hoping spring of this year. Most of it is recorded. We got a little more dubbing to do and a ton of mixing and mastering. So
we
shall see.
Is it the same person that mixes and masters for you, or you change it up every album?
We've used a few guys, and actually it's not completely clear who we got doing this one.
David's going to do it. Yeah. So the guy who did our other album, Circus Rehearsal, is going to do this one, and in our opinion, it's our best sounding music. So
Shout out David Matta.
shout out David.
We love you. Thank you.
That's awesome. And your artwork for your albums too. You greeted us with this beautiful piece right here. Who is every album by the same person, or who does your art for that?
It's a mixed bag. That artwork was done by a good friend of ours, actually brother of Nate, older brother, who can't be with us right now. He was our roommate at the time, and we were shopping ideas for an album cover, and he's a great painter. Like we like a lot of the stuff that he does, so we were toying with the idea of using that as an album cover, but we ultimately went with the photography option.
Did you take that picture?
Actually, it was
Her name's Liv. She's a photographer in Toronto.
Cool.
She was just very game too. We drove out somewhere outside of Toronto and
Newmarket.
found a gravel road, and she was just super game to, follow the.
We showed up dressed up as clowns, and we were like, get in the van, and she came with us, which
Very brave.
yeah,
So.
we're glad that she did, because she got some great stuff.
Cool.
It's got to be scary to be just somebody walking by that.
Well, I remember too, because we finished the photo shoot and we had all this clown makeup on. We went to Pizza and took a few more photos and ordered some food, and we thought we would get a reaction out of people, but we got nothing. Like, we were dressed up as these clowns,
Was it Halloween or?
no, no one batted an
Toronto.
eye.
That's Toronto, baby.
No one batted an eye. Like, even the person who took our order didn't. Like, do you remember them giving us anything?
No, it was bizarre.
Yeah. I remember driving around. A few people would like honk and like give us the thumbs up, but yeah, it was a fun day.
Right on.
Nice.
Last question I'll ask about your new album. The name, Building Fences. We haven't heard anything from it, so it's hard to grasp what it's going to be about. Is there any meaning behind that name, or anything that the people should expect, or is there a concept, or is it just any thought that went into that name?
I remember it being something that Nate came up with, right? Yeah, we were just tossing around ideas for names, and a lot of what goes into it for me is like I like how it sounds, I like how it looks. As far as meaning goes, it's pretty ambiguous. We had ideas for an album cover, kind of like Circus Rehearsal, but us all like putting in fence posts and stuff like that. We ultimately settled on a photo that Malcolm took. Great photographer, this guy. And it's playing on that, like that hammer theme.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. And is there a single or anything called Building Fences, or is it just straight down? Cool. I like that. I'm going to try something different here. I'm going to hand you guys a sheet of paper. Okay. On here is going to be 15 albums. I'd like you to only be able to keep 3 of them. So looking at these, just curious. It really helps learning how where inspiration and musical influences come from, knowing what people are into. So I'm really curious to hear, if you had to keep 3 of these albums, what would they be? Take your time as well. We can start with whoever wants to jump on.
This one's pretty straightforward to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Jump in.
Okay, so I'm definitely keeping Radiohead OK Computer. I just don't want to live in a world where. So wait, in this scenario, the ones that don't make the cut, they're scrubbed from history.
No, it's just
Never
gone
existed.
forever. Gone forever.
Okay. I don't know. That one, actually, it was these two that Brock and Connor years ago that got me into Radiohead. I was always just under the illusion they were only creep like everybody else, a kid growing up on Rock Band and everything, and discovered they were so much more than that. I would consider them the Beatles of the modern era, and I think OK Computer is like probably the greatest example of what they're about, their ability to capture kind of the anxiety of the technological age. I think it remains an important album to listen to now. I'm also going to go with Arcade Fire Funeral. That was a big one for me in university in Ottawa. Something about the kind of folksy vibe. Just the early Arcade Fire stuff was hugely influential to myself. Just a quintessentially Canadian album for me, and Canadian band, just that kind of Montreal feel. I feel like it's just really, really heavy in Funeral in particular. And then the last pick I'll have to go with, and don't get me wrong, I'm not going to listen to this one every day, but Downward Spiral, Nine Inch Nails. And again, Connor and I have had a couple of discussions about the influence of this album, and like, you know, you hear the early forays into like almost like the new metal sound so early with Trent Reznor, like taking those leaps and taking it all the way too. Like I hear like a lot of Linkin Park in the Downward Spiral.
Yeah.
But not all love to Linkin Park, but like they didn't take it as far as he did. You know what I mean? So those are my three. I think those are all huge albums in my book.
Well, in response to that academic essay he just gave us, I'll be brief. I'll say Pixies, Doolittle.
Solid choice.
Radiohead, OK Computer. And you know what? I'm just going to go with my gut on this. I'm going to do My Bloody Valentine, Loveless.
Nice. Malcolm, you want
That's it?
Yeah, I can go.
Yeah, what do you got?
I'd go with Elephant by the White Stripes. I'd do that Queens of the Stone Age album. And then, I really don't know what the last one's going to be. Maybe Doolittle, like those three. Yeah. Those were like all like some of the first albums I ever heard.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm still pretty.
Doolittle's such a good album.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also have Doolittle on my list. OK Computer, I'm a massive Radiohead fan, so I would definitely have OK Computer on there. I'd probably do the Downward Spiral as well. That album I just actually kind of got into in the last couple of years, but it's just so there's like I've just never heard anything like that. It's so like intense. But special mention to the Smashing Pumpkins, because I do think they're the secret best band of the 90s. But
I also listen to a lot of what people say about me. I'm not the Arctic Monkeys one. Back in the day, that's a formative album for me. So honorable mention.
Yeah.
Solid album.
Well, let's go off script and just say, out of all time, you know, maybe not on here, what would be your number one album? Creme de la creme.
That's tough. I don't know. I'm gonna say this because like the band that I always come back to just as like a home base is the Tragically Hip. Like I love the Hip.
You're a Canadian boy at heart, eh?
Absolutely. Down to the fiber of my being. But yeah, I think the Hip were beyond the kind of Canadian thing. They were a great band. Just the breadth of their work. They were always adapting. I'm gonna go with In Violet Light by the Tragically Hip. As the thing I constantly return to. So
Solid.
All right, I'm just gonna say John Lennon Plastic Ono Band.
Oh,
Yeah.
Go with that one.
Mother.
Mother, you had me. I never had you.
I'd probably go with A Moon-Shaped Pool, which was Radiohead's latest
newest
album.
Grass grows on me. Your face in my glass, in my glass. This is just a lie, just a lie. It's whatever you said.
That's probably my favorite. Go on. How about you, Malcolm?
Probably Music from Big Pink by the band.
right on.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
that's-
Folksy
Yeah.
charm.
Yeah. I listened to that one a lot in high school. Like that was my
Yeah.
favorite one in high school.
Solid album. Chest Fever. Can't get enough of that
Oh, yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, hell yeah, man.
All right, boys. Well, we'd love to hear a couple more songs from you. So let's
Great.
let's get that rolling.
Let's do it.
So just from checking you guys out on your socials, we can see that you're very active. You guys play a lot of shows. Do you guys play mostly in GTA, Southwest Ontario, or do you guys branch out into maybe like the Detroit scene, or what's the farthest show you've played?
Montreal, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reality with just American visas and all that, and what the situation going on down there, it's been difficult, but it's definitely in the cards one day to get south. But yeah, Montreal I think is the furthest we've made it. So to answer your question, mostly GTA. Yeah.
Have you guys had the opportunity for like a little tour or anything up to date?
Yeah, we did one around Circus Rehearsal, and we're sort of doing one this winter. We've got like 8 shows or something.
Nice.
So yeah, Ontario and Quebec.
Cool. This is a 2-part question. What's been your favorite show out of all your shows? And then maybe it's the same or maybe it's not, but what's been your favorite venue for sound? Because sometimes they go hand in hand, but other times you might really enjoy one show here, and then I'm just more curious also what the venue is. That
I'm
stands
usually
out.
buzzing off the last show. We played a really cool show in Toronto at a place called Double Double Convenience. It's a convenience store
Cool.
that is coupled as a music venue on Bloor Street, and I really enjoyed that one just for the atmosphere and the crowd. But insight on good sounding venues?
We're on a lot of 3 or 4 band bills, so like the sound is always. I've never been like, oh wow, this
Yeah.
is great.
Or just in general, like
Horseshoe's got good sound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She usually has good sound. Any venue that's got bigger system, it's always better. Like the convenience store was a great show. It was a lot of fun. It wasn't the greatest sound.
All right, let's stick with favorite show then. What about you, Malcolm?
I like the show we did in Kingston at the whiskey bar. That was a fun one.
Oh,
The acoustic one.
Cafe Koi?
No, it's called the Musiki or something.
Musiki.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's like a little courtyard. They have like a little courtyard in the back. It's like a cocktail bar, but we
That was a fun
sort
show.
of luckily just had a good turn up. We don't really know that many people from
And it was
Kingston.
acoustic?
Sort of, yeah, like just
Yeah.
quieter than this. Yeah.
Right on. What about you, Connor?
I don't know. That's a good question. We used to have sort of like drive shed parties where we would play out kind of at my parents' farm or at other farms around there, and those are always fun. I feel like that's. Sorry, go ahead.
Well, they were called Sinfest.
Yeah.
We did like 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah. They were always really fun. Just to have like a group of people that we love.
Cool. Sounds like a good opportunity to maybe do a live recording.
Yeah, I'm sort of.
I don't know about Sinfest.
Yeah, a lot of clamor, I think. But
Well, we had this
Good
idea
idea.
for a live record called Sermon on the Mound because there's this cool little spot. Is it Nate's grandma's property? And it's on this beautiful hill, and they put all kinds of events there, like weddings and parties. And it's got this stage in this barn, and it's this beautiful view. And we just like, it's another name that Nate came up with that just has a nice ring to it. Sermon on the Mound.
That's a good
I
ring.
think I've heard that before. Sermon on the Mound. What's that from?
I think it's a Bob
I
Dylan
think,
album.
I think some guy might have said that at one point. That's not Nate. But
What about you, Warren? Favorite show?
jeez, remind me. What was the one we played before Convenience? Because I would have to go with Brock's answer. Like the convenience store was awesome because it was obviously a smaller space, double convenience. And inexplicably, there was like a stage in the back, and we were playing in front of like a
Yeah, I'm trying to visualize
a
this.
dairy refrigerator, an empty like milk refrigerator. And they kind of cleared out all the shelves, and with the smaller spaces,
Malcolm was just sitting on one of the shelves. Why did
milk
that?
crate. He was on a milk crate. No, but I typically like to play. Playing big rooms is awesome, but the small kind of intimate ones, you get 50 people in there, and it's the atmosphere is amazing. But I'll also have to give the Richmond Tavern an honorable mention.
In London?
Yeah, in London.
Like, is it literally stocked? Sorry, back to the convenience.
Oh no.
We've just never
You can
heard
buy
this.
snacks though. You can buy snacks.
Okay, so it's just
yeah.
like-
That's everything. Yeah.
Just somebody there for a Gatorade? They're like, what the fuck?
mid-set, you can pass a Gatorade up there.
Convenience
and-
stores are really hurting, eh? They're just getting bands in.
Well, it's like a fully functional convenience store. Yeah, you can buy smokes, lottery tickets.
They paid you in
yeah.
lotto tickets?
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
I think the owners there were just constantly putting on events like every other weekend or so, and I'm interested to see like what other kind of DIY spaces there are in Toronto, because like
I feel we should
Well-
shout out the Houndstooth.
Houndstooth, of
Houndstooth
course,
Bar is
yeah.
a place they have lots of bands. They're very supportive for bands, and we've played there a couple times, and it's always been really fun.
Nice.
That's cool.
Keeping on the live thing, what's like your favorite experience playing live ever, or funniest? You guys have played a lot of shows. I feel like there's maybe one story that sticks out.
Esco Griff with Nate's string.
yeah, we had a couple disastrous kind of like moments, but we played. I was gonna say London. We played at the Richmond Tavern in London, which is, I don't know if you've been. It's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah, we played.
shithole.
Yeah.
Depending, like I've seen bands play there, and it's actually been great. And then other times it seems like kind of a seedy crowd. But we played, to pretty much no one, and there was a band from Brooklyn there to play with us, and there was another band from up near the GTA, and the owner of the bar, I believe, was got in like an altercation, like a physical altercation with his niece who was tending the bar, and there was like stools above heads, and this whole thing. The police were called, and so we played like, I don't know, 3/4 of our set, and then the other two bands didn't play because the police came, and we just got all our shit and went to a bar.
You couldn't de-escalate it with the
No.
tails, eh?
So that was like kind of fun, or like it was at least something interesting happened. But yeah, I don't know. I would agree with what Warren said. Like the smaller rooms are always more fun. Like when you're trying to pack out a big room, it's just so much pressure, and you're trying to like put on this thing that's not really like what it's supposed to be, for us at least. I think the best rooms we've played, in my opinion, are like 70 or to 100 people.
And those people are like in the scene too, and they're like there for a show, and they probably go to all kinds of different shows in Toronto too. So speaking on that, like, this is a 2-part question as well. What's your favorite thing about like the music scene in Toronto or in London, because I know a couple of you guys are from London as well, that you enjoy the most? And then what's something that maybe you dislike or wish was a little better or could change?
I would say, and I haven't been in Toronto for too long. I've been there about 4 years now, so I haven't really even scratched the surface of what's available on the scene. But what I'm constantly amazed at is just the variety of stuff that you can see. Like any given night, I go to a bunch of country shows at the Cameron on a Wednesday night. They kind of have just
They have a great scene there,
pass the hat kind of deal, and just kind of the musical variety. There's always something going on somewhere. It's just knowing where to look, which is something that I'm still kind of learning at this point. But
what is a pass the hat kind of deal? Sorry,
it's just like no cover.
Give what you can, right?
Yeah, give what you can
can.
to the artists,
Gotcha.
and typically, it's a smaller room, but with just a really loyal kind of community that comes around, and amazing musicians, like top tier, a lot of country guys, a lot of jazz guys, and it's just kind of give what you can. So you get that loyal kind of fan base that comes around, and they're typically very generous, and it's just a great atmosphere there. One thing that I would say I think is lacking in Toronto potentially is more support for venues. Like you just see these places go out of business so quickly, unfortunately, and there's so many factors that kind of feed into that. But just support for the arts, because it's so important. It's what makes the city great, I think. So
Yeah.
Less condos, more venues.
Exactly.
And then you'll have more bands and more artists living in the city. Cost of living is a huge challenge for the art scene in Toronto. It's
Maybe you could do a show in a condo. You already did one. A convenience store.
Yeah. The landlords aren't as nice there, though.
Do you guys all kind of agree on that, or what would you say, Malcolm, about the scene?
I'd agree with that. Yeah. Like, I think there's a lot of like undiscovered like talent too. Like, there's like a lot of really like great bands, like bands that are as good as like any modern band.
Yeah.
And like Toronto, like.
Are some bands that you guys have played with stood out to you that you want to give a shout out to?
I mean, we played with this guy Kurt James. Like
James?
Kurt,
Kurt.
or he changed his name now.
Curtis Bowman.
Curtis Bowman now. Yeah,
Bowman.
he's really good.
Yeah, he's
and
great.
like we've played with like this band, the Get-Alongs, a lot. They're really good. And
we love them.
Toronto?
they're all in Toronto. But London actually too, like it didn't really have like a great like scene for a while, but there's this new bar that came out that just opened called Honey Dip. And like I went to a show like a couple weeks ago there, and the owner, like he plays in a band that plays there every once in a while, and he had like a really good like kind of message, like trying to make the music scene happen in London again.
Oh yeah, he had like a big rally speech.
Like
That's
legit,
sick.
like yeah.
Can you dig it?
Yeah, but I don't know.
Yeah, love that you knew that.
But yeah, I don't know. I just thought that was really cool because like I've been in London like a while. Just like I lived in Toronto for a bit, but I moved back to London. I've just been there, like hanging around London for a while. It's like cool to see that happen.
For sure.
Yeah.
Anytime there's any kind of spark, it's nice, right?
Yeah.
From anybody.
Yeah.
What about you, Connor?
Yeah, I agree with everything being said. There's lots of like positives to it. I think there's obviously like to be a cynic, like some of the just way things are going with like everybody feeling this sort of like pressure to like create this online world that kind of gets in the way of actually just like doing some boots on the ground shows and meeting people and everything is just sort of like too bad, I think, because a lot of like young people are going to think that's like the way forward.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like it just seems like such a sort of waste of energy. And there's a lot of like really bright like I'm not talking like I'm above that at all. I just am someone observing kind of what's going on.
Yeah, it's a good point.
But I just think the community of it is getting lost and has been for some time now. And like getting actual people in a room, like laughing together and doing something together. It's just like something I don't want to see disappear from the world. So I hope it doesn't just become completely like person on laptop alone, you know, sort of cold creation like that. It just seems kind of like too bad. But there's also just like so many great things about it. And we've like been so fortunate. We met so many like really fun people, and really like sincere, like cool people.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's definitely great. It's definitely not something to have like a curmudgeon-y attitude about, because for every like person that makes you roll your eyes, there's 10 that are just incredibly great.
It almost seems like that camaraderie too. When you're in the scene, you kind of like, not that you're sticking together, but you're all in it together in a way, right? Bands help each other out, and
Lots
that's cool. Same with you, Brock. You feel that?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the just getting people in rooms is it's an uphill battle, but we've found we've been successful just with getting out there, you know, and playing as much as you can, going to other bands' shows, supporting them.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
You find that a lot too, right? It's like bands supporting other bands. Like
100%.
Who's going to go to the shows? It's going to be that other band, for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in a dense scene like Toronto. There's so many, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It's just the beginning too. Like we, as Warren said earlier, we're kind of just scratching the surface. We're still getting our footing to this day. You know, meeting new bands and just trying to play different spots and you know, get involved with all sorts of different genres and, you know, tons of, as Malcolm said, tons of talented people, you know, everywhere, but particularly in Toronto. And I would love to see more like cross-genre pollination. You know, have a country band, have a grunge band, have a
Do you
indie
see
rock
that?
band.
Do you see that ever? Like
In one night?
You used to
Well,
see it. Right? Yeah, like on, you were saying, was it Miles Davis and...
Well, yeah, I saw a funny poster from back in the day. It was the Whiskey a Go-Go. It was Miles Davis, The Doors, and Buffalo Springfield all on one bill. And I was like,
What a lineup.
We should bring that back. I mean, we have this... we had a comedian open for us one or two times. He's great, Noah Maloney.
Yeah.
And I like that kind of thing. I like variety in a show.
Keeps it fresh, right? And unique
Yeah.
to its
People
own show.
also like will have surprising overlap. Like the Grateful Dead toured with the Velvet Underground, and they couldn't be more different, really.
rest in peace, Bob Weir.
Rest in peace, Bob Weir. But there's, you know, a certain sort of like Venn diagram of people in that audience who are just interested in something sort of daring and different, and so it's not so much about like, oh, this doesn't sound like this. It's like there's like-minded people here who want to see something that challenges them a bit. For example,
One of the things we're learning by doing this is just like the inspirations from each person is a lot of time not what you would even expect from their genre, right? So it's like it's
Fascinating.
Anybody mends well with other musicians, or
that's a great way of looking at it. Like our influences are not really like our music.
people as like promoters assume, you know, it's got to be the same kind of feel, but I agree with you guys. It should kind of blend more.
Yeah. Well, and I just think of it from the perspective, like when I go and see a show, it would be more interesting to see like a bluegrass band open up and then have like a metal band and then have an indie rock band, or, because then you're getting a little taste of all these different hors d'oeuvres.
The ultimate convenience variety. Boys.
We got the venue for it.
You got the venue.
But if I could just add on to that too, like just with the variety approach, like I remember, the comedian, which is something that you don't see. Like, I don't know if you've ever stood in a room that's the size of like a small apartment and have a stand-up comic right in front of you. It's such an interesting experience, and like you can manufacture these awesome nights where like you see something you could have never even thought you would ever see.
Yeah,
that was
100%.
very circular, but also like Tram, like
I was just
poetry.
Yeah.
We had like this guy, this incredible. He's a painter. He's a banjo player, folk singer,
Tram
and poet.
Penny.
Yeah, he's awesome, and like it felt like Greenwich Village, type stuff, like the 60s kind of folk scene. Seeing a poet just read his work in front of you, like when. That's something that people don't necessarily think of with live music events.
Connor would put on events at his apartment with his roommate. They had this loft above a restaurant, and you'd have like a singer-songwriter, and then you'd have Tram on the banjo, and it was really cool. Like you get 30 people in a room, and people sit and listen.
That's cool.
It's a little more intimate and vulnerable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's like these things are as like lame as we all accept them to be. Like if we just accept that shows are going to be just beige bills like and everything's just going to be kind of lukewarm, like or we can like work together with, like we have tried to do, like make a show more fun, or like do it at a convenience store, or have a poet, or like do something.
Yeah, take it all in and just enjoy the experience.
Yeah, it's like
You may not enjoy it, but hey,
Yeah.
it's an experience. You got to try it out, right?
for sure.
Shout out So Perfect. They've booked some really good shows for us.
Yeah.
They're great promoters, and the Double Convenience one was their show that we hopped on the bill for, and we played a vintage clothing store with them about a year ago that also stood out.
Cool.
Any other businesses you plan on playing at?
Anywhere.
your local Tim Hortons,
Subway.
this
We're playing
Monday.
McDonald's next week.
The World Economic Forum.
It's nice because I don't have to even take off my uniform.
So speaking of bands, since we just touched on a whole variety of bands, what would be your creme de la creme of bands in the last 5 to 10 years? Just some like top bands that you guys have been listening to that maybe...
There was a French band out of Montreal called Corridor. And they blow my mind. They're francophone, but they're awesome. Indie rock, psychedelic, and I've listened to 2 of their albums, and I've been a huge fan of theirs recently.
Cool.
I got really into Black Midi.
Oh, yeah.
That was like a sort of the newest band that I really got into, I would say.
I was reading somewhere that their drummer their guitar player just died, right?
Yeah,
or
he
their
did. I
original
heard that.
guitar player? That's really sad.
Yeah.
Sing again. Sing again. Sing again, honey. Sing again. Sing again.
Black Midi's really good.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
What about you, Malcolm?
I was just checking my phone to see. There's a band from Toronto called Cootie Catcher. They're really good.
Oh, cool.
They just got signed to a label, I think. But yeah, they're a really good band. There's this other band I saw called Living Hour. It was listen to them a lot. They played the same bill as Cootie Catcher, and then I don't know. They listen to a lot of Geese.
Oh. Oh yeah.
Heavy metal.
This guy's a big geese head.
Cameron Winter.
Yeah. What about you, Warren?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's always. I'm always unclear on the timelines of things because I'm discovering artists from like 1985 now. You know.
Oh, it doesn't have to be that.
No,
then.
no. There's a great new artist named Nourished by Time.
Focus on the maple in the center. Yeah, I can see it now. It was a cold ass winter.
He's an R&B guy, kind of like a Prince-like, very kind of nostalgic sound. That put out a great album, I think last year called "The Passionate Ones," which blew my mind. So I've been spinning that quite heavily.
Nice.
Yeah, Cass McCombs is a big influence on all of us too, or a big favorite of
We
our,
love him.
of ours.
We're seeing him at the Horseshoe in March.
Power corrupts. I'm building a cinema tower. If I had your dollar.
Nice. That's awesome.
He's like one of those guys who's, I think he's been doing it since like 2000, and he's like, playing 150 person, 200 person rooms. It's just like, gives me hope that
Full band.
yeah, it's got, well, it's sort of like a rotating door band, I think, but yeah,
Nice.
yeah, and Alex G. There's like,
We love Alex.
Yeah.
G.
yeah, we like love a lot of old music, but we've also not just become jaded to new, like there's a lot of great new stuff coming out too.
Could you imagine you get on here? It's like there's been nothing good in the last 5 years. Honestly, in the last 25, nothing comes to mind.
Nothing after 1970.
We're 80s only.
Only 80s Billy Joel.
Town girl.
Well, since albums have been kind of the theme of this sort of episode, what do you guys think of the whole return of vinyl? Are you guys big on collecting vinyl?
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It's a way to actively listen. It's very nice tactile experience to open up a vinyl and put it on the table and look at the art. And you get vinyl and you're like, oh my God, it looks like that on the back. Wow. Who'd have thought?
Do you guys press any of yours on vinyl, like your albums?
Not yet.
We'd like to. We're just trying to save up some money.
It's expensive.
Not cheap, yeah.
It's really
but
expensive.
we've made like just burned our own CDs a lot, and
Yeah.
like I'm very sort of outspokenly passionate about that recently, is like going back to sort of physical stuff. And it's like, heard a good point, I think, from Sonic Youth one time. They were saying that, giving somebody something is just like a great, it's a great thing, because even if they are drunk and they go home and they leave it on their coffee table, they wake up with a reminder of that actually happening, not just on to the next thing. And
Yeah.
so
We like to burn CDs
Nice.
and give them out at shows.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Like,
DIY.
we just give them out because it's like whatever. They're not pretty,
Mhm.
but
Might as well while they're still in cars, right?
yeah. For
Right.
now, my car still has one. 2015 is probably the cutoff or something. I don't know.
I literally just discovered my car has a CD player because my aux cord doesn't work anymore. And Connor gave me your demo there, a solo project on a CD. And that's the only CD I have right now. So
Perfect.
shout out to Connor MacArthur. Check him out on
CDs in cars was
On
great
CD.
because
Oh,
it just
yeah.
forces you to listen to it.
Well, that's the thing. And what I was going to say about like the physical media, which I think is unfortunately getting lost, is like, and I fall victim to this myself. I'm like, the skip function is so quick, like, and it's just so available that you never are forced to absorb anything.
Especially an
this-
entire album too.
Yes, exactly. Like, and you can lose patience and click that skip button. But I find when I do take the take the time to dive into an album, it's the songs that I don't really like at first that end up being my favorites. Like after 30 spins. Like it's like you have to sit with it, allow it to appeal to you eventually, right? So
Maybe it doesn't sound natural to the ear right away, but you're like you start to appreciate it more.
well, and then you like wake up from a dream and it's like stuck in your head and you're like, oh wait, that song is pretty good, and then it could become one of your all-time favorites. Who knows?
Well, we're excited to hear Building Fences this spring when it comes out, and maybe it'll be on vinyl one day.
We hope so.
Yeah, we're really excited to hear it. Thanks for coming on, boys.
Yeah,
it's been
thank you.
it's been a slice.
Yeah,
Thanks for
It's been a
having
really
us.
good
Thanks
episode.
a lot, guys. Yeah.
So we'll get to your last song here.
All right.
edges of our grasp. There's an old forgotten warehouse on the outer edge of Dallas. Where you wanna go? Where there's nothing to know. Someone else's dream in the afterglow. In the summer suns, poison smile on me, looking for the one that'll shine on me. Broken masterpiece, strung out on the floor. John Kennedy, it doesn't sting like it did before. So let's walk the same street like the ones before. Where the spot that it all happened is nothing anymore. Did we break it? Expecting so much more. Did we make it? Such a bore. Should we take it? Leave it there on the floor. In the summer sun, poison smile on me, looking for the one that'll shine on me. A broken masterpiece, strung out on the floor. John Kennedy, it doesn't sting like it did before. So let's walk the same street like the ones before. Where the spot that it all happened is nothing anymore. Did we break it? By expecting so much more.